operations that you're going to need in your business, expedite high priority orders within the inventory process. We have a lot of HTML UIs to talk about in inventory. So in 12.1, you would have done receiving on an Oracle Forms-based form. In 12.2, we have a nice HTML screen that is set up to work nicely on a tablet like you might be using in a receiving dock. The core shipping screen has been moved over to HTML. The core material workbench has been moved over to HTML. In warehouse management, what you used to know of as the warehouse control board, it's in a forms-based interface, that's moved over to HTML. So a lot of choices now in the logistics area to basically run all the core things you spend your time doing all day, all with HTML. On the mobile supply chain side, we still have our Telnet-based application that you use for inventory and where you're doing barcode scanning, but now we also support Android-based devices. A lot of people have tablets in the warehouse environment or in plants where you're doing you have a hardened Android device you're using for these kind of operations. Now we support this applications on that. We've enhanced the inventory integration with our transportation management to let transportation management have more flexibility to devise optimal, maybe multi-hop shipments for the different things you need to deliver, and then you can visualize all of that back in a business suite. Turning to procurement, we have a lot of different things in procurement. I'll just highlight a couple things that are very kind of broadly applicable. One is you can search all your procurement contracts with just entering a term you want to search for. It'll find all the procurement contracts that contain that term. And as you open up one of those, you then find all the different places where that occurs. It's sort of like Google search, except inside your firewall for your own procurement contracts. This is an example of the kind of feature we're building for some of our largest, most complex customers in the engineering and construction space, where you can, in iSupplier Portal, you can essentially designate somebody to be your to be a global supplier representative, meaning if one of your suppliers treats you as a global customer and has somebody who's going to make sure that you receive the things you're supposed to in every country where they support you, you can identify that person and give them the right authorities within iSupplier Portal now. On the project side, we've enhanced costing and billing and more engineering construction functionality. So things like being able in 12.2 to take labor cost actuals and use those as project costs. So rather than taking standard rates that say, okay, this is 25 pounds an hour for work that you're getting done, and we'll just assume that's the project cost. You actually get the fully burdened payroll actual from somebody's paycheck, and you put that in as your actual cost. So it's more accurate costing for your project costing. We have a new asset capitalization workbench that we just came out with, so you can see your construction in progress and figure out when assets are going to be ready to be capitalized and begin getting depreciated. Project billing, we support the new IFRS standard related to recognizing revenue as you meet your performance obligations. And then for engineering and construction, we have an actual model of schedules of values, so that if you're doing earned value management and billing your customer, when you make certain earned value milestones, you can do that directly within e-business suite. Manufacturing, just a couple highlights of many things we've done. eKanban, that's lean manufacturing, just-in-time manufacturing. We support that now within e-business suite. We support outsourced manufacturing for both discrete and process manufacturing customers. So the visibility into the order status, the financial status, where is all your inventory, both at the subcontractor site and in transit in either direction. You visualize all of those operations with your subcontractors from within your own system. Enterprise asset management is another area where you have a command center. Helps you identify how to prioritize work for technicians to do and how to anticipate the maintenance materials you're going to need to do all the work that's been assigned in maintenance tasks. So visualization of that, and then the ability to drill and take action again from the command center. We have an offline or a maintenance application, a smartphone application for the maintenance technician. This now is a disconnected application, so you can take it into places that don't have internet connectivity. And even from this, if you see one problem that you're out there to fix and you find another problem in the process, now the technician can actually create an additional ticket right at that time and record